Hi, welcome to Turned On, U of M's foremost authority on all things sexy, dirty, and in between. I'm your host, Jillian, and these are my co-hosts today.
Well, I'm Sophia, and on a Tinder date once I got ghosted because I revealed myself as Toby on the Office character quiz.
My name is Alyssa. The first time I had sex, I told my mom about it and she cried.
And my name's Kostya, and my goal for this semester is to only have 4 pregnancy scares, which is 3.5 times less, fewer, more than last semester.
Awesome. Great goal, Kostya.
Thank you.
So, some people say that straight guys and straight girls can never be 100% platonic friends, and other people disagree. Wow, I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Do you think that a guy and a girl can totally just be friends, no sexual feelings underlying?
I think it's definitely possible. I think it's a little rare in some situations, which is why people believe that it's can't happen at all. Because there are some guys who are pretty simple-minded.
Men are dogs.
That's fair.
I feel like more people are the exception than the rule in this case, or the people that are able to keep the platonic friendships are the exception. More commonly than not, you're not going to see it. And I think you have to have that conversation where you address whether or not something sexual ever could happen, or the air of it is always going to just be floating between the two of you.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. I've been in the situation. As long as you talk about it, though, I think it's a lot easier rather than just like ignoring that sexual tension.
I think that probably the main contingency is boundaries and knowing that there are. Because I feel like if there aren't clear boundaries, whether you talk about them or whether they're like already there, i.e. one of you has a boyfriend or girlfriend, or, you know,
It's a good boundary.
one of you is not physically attracted to the other ever, like, those may be stated or unstated, but it's like definitely a boundary.
Better to know what exists out there.
Kostya?
I think I've done pretty well with being fairly platonic. Me and Jillian, we're pretty good platonic friends, I would say. I think we are that, like...
I would say that we have probably on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being super platonic, I would say we're probably about a 0.
That's fair. That's fair to say. I think it kind of comes down to the person, and I think it's kind of like a lot of people like to generalize that it is the guy who is always much more interested, because guys tend to be a lot more of sexual beings. But I think if both people just you see the other person as a person and not as just like a sexual object, or like I'm going to be friends with this person because maybe I'll get something out of it in the end. But I think if you just see them for who they are and just enjoy friendship, it's kind of, it leads into that like the myth of like the friend zone that a lot of people like to say, that you're in this space where you can move into having something romantic happen, but it's not necessarily like a space you need to get out of. Like,
yeah,
you
I feel like it's like a perfectly reasonable. And they always say like, oh, like all of your guy friends have pictured you naked at least once or whatever. And I feel like that's also one of those like, oh, men are dogs. Like dudes just only think about sex all the time. And I feel like they have other thoughts. I don't know because I'm a girl, but like...
We have a few other thoughts.
Like 3.
Like 3
Elevator
thoughts.
music is probably one of the top 3,
I'd say. Food, elevator music, and sex.
Your best friend's naked. This is the 3rd one.
Sounds good. Kostya, can you attest?
Oh, I was thinking about food.
There we go. Nice. I would say, what about like, Kostya, how would you say we have managed this platonic relationship? Like, how did we end up like this?
I don't
Probably
know.
because I've known you for so long.
Yeah, I think the length of the friendship, like a lot of people who you grow up with as children being the opposite gender, then you kind of just like, you kind of see them as almost like family, so you don't really have much interest in them. But like, I don't know, I think, we've known each other for a long time. We're very open with each other.
We work on a sex show together, so
yeah, we work on a sex show, like inherently we're very open about our lives with each other. So it doesn't lead to much like...
Yeah, so I feel like it's definitely possible, but you've both got to be like, yeah, ew, no, never.
Exactly.
One time someone asked me if I was dating Kostya, and Kostya straight up laughed. And I think that was my favorite moment of our relationship.
I don't remember that, but that sounds
That's
like
boundary
something I would
setting.
do.
Yeah. So that's all the time we have for, unfortunately. But we'll be back next week. So always remember to check us out on Facebook to see some other content, and wolftv.org. And as always, stay sexy.